The trip starts in Las Vegas, where we pick up the Jeep, went down Interstate 15 to Jean, dirt roads from here on in over to Good Springs, then over to Sandy, and then it gets kind of sketchy in here through the Kingston Range. But we drove through to Tacoma, and we spent 2 nights there. The next day, we head to the private mines just outside Tacoma. This is the California-Nevada border. We are now in California. The Old West welcomes Will back with a rattle. It was a long day of travel and driving, and we were glad to finally rest in Death Valley, a very quiet place. We're here at Death Valley Tacoma Hot Springs, inside some old washroom. Some bird flew out when I walked in. Here's some glass that's broken. But I'll show you what the outside looks like. Nothing's out here, except this building and this beat up old car. It's just very soft. We're on our way to the War Eagle mine at Tacoma Mines. We should be going down several levels.
These are just some of the tools that the miners would use, the pulleys. Here's some drill bits, the spools that the fuse would have been on, some dynamite.
Scale down the loose rock so it doesn't fall on you. You knock it all down, and then repeat. Wow. Day after day, hour after hour. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Those guys back then were smart. They could find ore, they knew what ore looked like. Now watch your head here, okay? So there's one over here, there's another one. All right? There's this here, and then there's another one, so be very careful coming under here. There's a little bit of a pit under here, and I wouldn't want to crawl in there to work on a ore cart, but I guess you could do it. You know, like the oil change things?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a pit, so they could, you know, lift this up and then work on the ore carts down here. But they had to keep the wheels greased for them to keep moving too, so. Anyway, we will be right there where my flashlight's pointing.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right there looking up here in a little bit.
Up here it goes to the 500 level. And we install ladders in there to make it a little bit easier to get up there. We're not going up there today, but that's about another 120 feet between this and 500 level. This is called the 690.
Right.
Is that right, Pat? This
Yeah.
is 690?
Yes.
Probably sometime in the 2000s. Here's a map of this whole mine.
So this is where we came in. Those two drifts that went off that we passed. And this is where we are right now. Right here. Because this is where we're going. We're actually just going here. We're not going all the way down the bottom. We're just going down here, and then we'll go down here, come up, go here. This is where that view is that I said.
Right. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that is, they call that a wheat lamp. And that was like the first really good electric light and was used for a long time. That battery, you have to strap on this pretty big hefty belt from which that battery would hang. Because, yeah, it's pretty heavy. And then it's connected to your hard hat by that line. That is our... Then being up above, it was on the ground. And that's what pulled the ore cars up.
I hate this ladder. I hate this ladder because there's not room.
Oh, boy.
I have no feelings for the ladder.
Well, we have another one down here. Just be careful here. There's a lot of loose stuff. So this is interesting because we were wondering, why is there an engine block down here?
Yeah.
And there's another big, huge piece of metal further up. Well, Robin finally said, well, you know, it's the counterweight for the drawbridge. Simple as that.
Huh.
And then this one goes off first because it creates a space for when the rest of them go off for the rock to hit against itself and break up.
Shoot out.
And actually not so much shoot up, but break up.
Oh.
And that's where you get your results from the rock breaking against itself.
There are some areas that are hotter and stuff here, but we're not going into those today.
And there's lots of, you know, dynamite boxes still here.
There's two ways the base was to do it. Either you have a certain
Goal that you have to meet, or you get paid by how much you produce.
A piece of dynamite that we found in here. Some more drill bits. This is a part of a board where they would put the blasting caps in. This is one of the spots that we're watching. So because the tobacco tins had lids on them, from what I understand, since they weren't taking a whole can, they would fill the empty tobacco tins with the calcium carbide, take that into the mine with them. And then they had the stuff to fill their carbide lamps.
And they could fit it, like those Prince Albert cans, you could fit it in a shirt pocket.
With the cans of water. Because it's calcium carbide and water that makes the light, that makes the gas.
And indeed, you could pee in it, and that would be your water. There you go.
Go fast in the sand. We're on our way to the Ipex Dunes, but when we arrived, we decided we didn't want to walk 2 miles to the dunes and then start climbing. So we turned around and took another dirt road to the remote Dumont Dunes. You can drive right up to them, and they're higher. Here we are, in the middle of the Mojave Desert, just south of Death Valley. There's nothing around here, not even a sound. Hey, pick me up. Hey, come on, pick me up. I guess I gotta walk it. It's only about 57 miles.
Here at the Dumont Dunes, I've already climbed about 2 little hills to get this vantage point of the top dune here, basically, with Will and Joe heading up. They got a very, very steep ascent once they get closer. Not sure that they can make it, but actually I am pretty sure they can make it, but it's going to be tough slogging. For the peak. I think they're going to go to the left at a higher peak there, but they're working up the incline in the middle in the valley. Then they're going to turn left, I think, is my assumption, and then they're at the peak. I think coming downhill is going to be a little faster. You can see our Jeep off in the distance. There on the left is an outhouse. Let's see here at the Dumont Dunes if they've started down yet. I don't believe they have. You can see at the very top there in the middle 2 silhouettes, and that's Will and JoJo, and they're going to be starting down soon.
Big day today. For reference, all this red area is the Death Valley National Park. We're over here at Death Valley Hot Springs in Toccoa. We're going to be leaving, getting gas in Shoshone, taking this road here over to this black dot, which is the Rhodes cabin. You're going to see that. Then back on here. And then going on a dirt road called the West Side Road of Death Valley. And then at 10 miles off to Warm Springs. And you'll see that. We come back, go back down to the main road, go up this inside road of Death Valley. We'll be passing the Natural Bridge, the Artist's View. This right here is the lowest spot in the United States, below sea level. And then we'll be coming up here, getting gas in Stovepipe Wells, having lunch, and then back down the mountain and stay at Panamint Springs for the evening. So that's a total of about 168 miles. Most of the day in Death Valley. Here we are at Death Valley Hot Springs, and it's just morning, and we're here in the hot springs pool. The water temperature close, I'd say, to 90. And if you want even hotter temperatures, you go into one of these little pools right over here. The water is crystal clear, and that water temperature is probably close to 100.
Looking at all the life. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rain.
Here we are at Rhodes Spring Cabin.
The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no
Cool. Hey, we spend the night here.
to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, because there ain't no one for to give you.
Let's see what's inside.
La 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 la. After 2 days in the desert sun, my skin began to turn red.
Take a quick swim.
After 3 days in the desert fun, I was looking at a riverbed, and the story it told of a river that flowed made me sad to think it was dead. You see, can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 had turned to sea. There were plants and birds and rocks and things. There was sand and hills and rings. The ocean is a desert with its life underground and a perfect disguise above. Under the cities lies a heart made of brown, but the humans will give no love. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La 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 la.
Well, we found a huge opening. All right, we're walking back after these two guys left me in the dark for about 10 minutes. Conserving my battery.
We will get there. That's actually hilarious.
Exit. Oh no, we can't. It's done for.
Trapped!
Since we were down here, it all caved in. Can you get through there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. You can see light.
Next is the lowest part of the United States, then the Natural Bridge, Artist Drive, and a roadside mine.
Here in Death Valley, just past the Natural Bridge, and this goes up to a dry waterfall, and Joe and Will went up there, and I'm just waiting for them to return in the shade.
Stephanie could not find.
I couldn't find the Natural Bridge because I was looking at my footing as I was walking under it.
Found it!
This is the moment of discovery.
Here's Joe coming out from the shadow of the Natural Bridge.
photography skills are terrible. Ah, perfect. Actually, how do I zoom in? Sodium sulfite barrel. Wait, that's not zooming. Diamond's achievement. Isengard 1.
Propane can.
There's no weight on that.
That's like...
Touch it. Oh, there's just a rock. You know how deep it goes? Oh yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Let's go in. That's definitely like Old Testament wall. Look at that thing.
I saw the same thing.
Yeah, do you want the camera? Is there anything down?
I don't think so. Crazy how we just went around and did the exact same thing we did.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it goes. I guess we can get out that way. That's probably easier than going the way we just came in. Really? Oh yeah, or something. I just want to see it in there.
Oh, it's definitely a mine shaft.
You want me to get my light on? Yeah.
We could, like, are there mountain lions and stuff over here? We still rolling?
Yeah. All right. If it goes down from here.
Nope. That's a pair of shoes. I'm leaving.
LMAO.
I guess we can come up with your dad tomorrow.
Yeah. That wakes him up. Go, go, go! Approach there. I got another splinter.
Honestly, I'm low-key worried.
Ideal 15-year-old van height.
Good morning. We are at Panamint Springs, and we're going to be traveling over here to Keeler, where there's a dirt road about 7 miles long that will take us up to the private ghost town. Right there you see it, Cerro Gordo. And we'll be looking around there. They've got various buildings in renovation. And after we're done there, we're going to have to retrace 70 miles, come back all the way over to Stovepipe Wells again to this junction. And then new territory will be here over to Rhyolite, and we'll see that ghost town. And then we'll travel all the way down here to a hotel in preparation for exploring this area tomorrow. We got up early. Will wanted some sunrise pictures, so we headed out around 6 and got these shots. After breakfast, we headed west to Cerro Gordo. We arrived at the welcome sign, but it will take another half hour to travel the 7-mile dirt road climbing 5,000 feet to reach Cerro Gordo. This road sometimes gets completely destroyed by floods, but we had no rain on the trip. Cerro Gordo really started in 1868 with Mortimer Belchar mining silver, lead, zinc, and some gold. He left in 1877. Then there were a few other individual owners. Finally, the Cerro Gordo Mining Company took it over, but ceased operations in 1957. There are more than 30 miles of mine tunnels underneath the town, as deep as 1,000 feet or more. Overall, Cerro Gordo produced roughly $20 million in ore. In 2018, Brent Underwood bought the town and is striving to keep the town alive for its visitors. He's done a lot of restoration work everywhere, but what is needed is a reliable water source. They are currently drilling, as you can see here, but the rock is hard and they need to go deep, very deep. The mine has provided a limited amount of water, but it's not reliable, and it's from 700 feet down a shaft. Currently, they are bringing water in by large containers. The building on the right is replacing the old hotel that was destroyed by fire in 2020. This new 6-room hotel is almost finished. The old church, as you can see the steeple here, is now a small movie theater, so we parked and went up the road and met town manager Steve, who told us we could go almost anywhere, but the mines and private residences were off limits. He also said photos, not video, was fine in the town. So I've got some photos. It was free to walk around, and they give guided tours of the town on weekends. Brent Underwood was not there when we visited.
I bought my Cerro Gordo hat, but next time, I think I'll take the tour.
The road ends in Keeler with just a post office and 28 people. The nearest town, Lone Pine, is 17 miles away. The story of Rhyolite is a boom and bust story. In 1906, Charles Schwab invested heavily in the mines, and by 1908, there were 5,000 people here with a hospital, an opera house, a bank, a railroad station, and more. But the ore ran out. The mine closed in 1911. John Cook built this bank in 1907. It had Italian marble staircases and indoor plumbing, also time-locked vaults in the basements. It also quickly shut its doors, the final time in 1910. John Overbury, a friend of author Jack London, built this next building, which was the social and professional heart of Rhyolite. Completed in 1907, it contained numerous offices for mining companies, lawyers, doctors, and dentists. A social club and ballroom was on the top third floor, and by 1911, the building was abandoned. The town raised funds to build a school in 1909. It served only about 50 children before it too closed its doors in 1911. The last train left Rhyolite in 1914. The power was turned off in 1916 and 0 residents by 1924. Going back to Rhyolite founder Charles Schwab, he is not in any way related to the Charles Schwab we know today. But the 1862 Charles Schwab's niece was Katy Perry's grandfather's first wife. Figure that out. Today's our last adventure day. We fly back tomorrow. We're heading north up to Corn Creek, and then we were going to take Alamo Road all the way up to 93. The military said there's a crash here, so they blocked it off, and Corn Creek people here say we should take the Mormon Well Road instead, which is still going to take 3 hours, and it's 50 miles. And then we come back to Las Vegas. You can see it better on this map. Here's Alamo, blocked here. We'll take the Mormon Well Road over to 93 and then back down.
We're following reports of a pilot ejecting from a military aircraft. We're told the pilot ejected over the desert north of Creech Air Force Base. Now, at this time, the military is actively searching.
right.
It's like,
What's it like?
it's kind of like a cucumber. If a cucumber was bitter.